I guess we are live now. Let's wait for a couple of minutes, then we will continue with the live session. Okay, so people are joining. Hi everyone, good evening. Can anybody confirm in the chat window I'm audible properly? Is there any network lag, delay? Yes, I can see some confirmation. Hi Bhagisri. Okay, thank you so much for the confirmation. Hey Dattatri. Okay, thanks Shweta for joining. Okay, so let's wait one more minute and then we'll continue with the Q&A session. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions, if you want to discuss anything, feel free to post your question in the chat window. I will take them one by one and we can discuss. I will make this session quick and short for 45 minutes. Hi, Alexander. Hi, Marari, Ajit, Pooja. I'm doing good. What about you? Okay. So, guys, this is probably the second last live of this 2023. So, feel free to ask any question. And I will try to come live in the last week of December again, and I will quickly update you what things are coming in 2024. So, not many updates today, but this is all about Q&A session. I'm good, Bhagashri. What about you? Good to see you in the live chat. Murari says, how's the automation market now? Murari, market is good. I can see many openings nowadays. So try to grab the job as soon as possible. So because from but yes, there are few companies who are still in the firing mode. That's usual thing. It has nothing to do with the recession, but market is good. Okay, what is this name? Like, share, subscribe. I'm getting sun certificate error. So maybe you have to give me some more detail about this. What exactly using? Okay, is it a Selenium test? Are you running some API test? If you give me some more details, I can help you with this. Shilpa says, learned JavaScript, TypeScript. Now, what should be the choice, Playwright or Cypress? See, Shilpa, in terms of features, I personally like Playwright. But if you see the market, I would highly recommend go for Cypress. I guess you have already done Cypress course, so don't get distracted with whatever tools coming in the market. Stick to Cypress. So if I'm not wrong, you took training last year in November 2022. That time Cypress version was 9 with lot of trade-offs. But now with the recent version of Cypress, they have covers couple of trade-off, and recent version is 13.6.0. Quite stable, good to go with Cypress. Nikita, I'm good, Nikita. What about you? Krishna says, hey Mukesh, I'm on notice period looking for a job. Kindly share any openings. Hey Krishna, first of all, many congratulations. If you're on notice period, if you already have a good offer, you can chill, relax. But if you think you deserve better, then definitely you can check other companies. Right now I have few openings. So one of my student have shared they have a couple of openings for different location for Infosys, Bangalore, Pune, Chennai, Hyderabad. Few openings are in Ahmedabad. So if in case if you're interested, please share your resume. I will share the job openings. See if the location and the job description matching as per the profile. If yes, then go for it. Good to know. Dattatri says, I actually have 2 years of experience in testing. Which part is more important, manual or Selenium with Java? Please clarify my question. See, Dattatreya, if you have 2 years experience, so manual is mandatory, obviously, but nowadays you will not find many opening for manual, so automation is must. So with 2 years, if you switch, they will not have much expectation. So you can mention Selenium with Java, plus you can mention that you have worked on the framework as well. If you have not worked on the framework, I would recommend read about the framework, Maven, TestNG, and have some idea about the CI/CD. So both are must. This should not be or, it should be and. Okay, Manikanta says, Hi Mukesh, I have e-commerce application. I have decided to automate it using Playwright with JavaScript. It has both API and UI in scope. See, Manikanta, whenever you pick any tool, right, don't pick blindly, because again, for UI and API, we have many tools. So if you are not picking Selenium with Java, and rest assured, there should be a reason, because Selenium is almost 19-year-old, quite stable, lot of good community support, everything is available, and rest assured is also quite mature and very easy to learn. Now, if you talk about Playwright, if you have decided by your own, then there should be proper reason why you're going with Playwright. If management has decided, then it's fine. But in case if you have decided, again, you have to learn again one of the programming language. So if you know Java, it will be easy for you to switch to Playwright, because Playwright supports five different programming languages. So good tool. Only thing is, if you are starting from the scratch, you have options. But if you already have experience with Selenium with Java, I would say stick to that. But again, depends what is the background behind Playwright. Let me know more about it so that I can help you in the decision. Srini says, Hi sir, how to get experience Selenium framework to get automation jobs for experience? See, Srini, there only one way to get experience is do the hands-on. If you have already some frameworks, okay, let's say if you're working somewhere, already have a framework which you're using, try to explore that framework, do the backtracking, because when you work with the existing framework, you have tons of packages, right? Many classes. So it will be very tough for you to go through each and every package, each and every class, each and every method. Instead, pick one test and do the backtracking how these tests are connected with the different classes and interfaces and all the other components that you're using. In case if you don't have a framework, you can go to my GitHub. You will find latest framework and see how this framework has been designed. Try to build at least 5 to 10 end-to-end automation scripts using that framework. Then only you will get confidence. Stick to one framework, because the framework that is available on GitHub is a hybrid framework. So that is more than enough for interviews. But the only way to get experience is you have to write code. No other option. Most welcome, Shilpa. While updating TestNG, getting error as KPIX error. See, there's some issue with the latest version of TestNG. So if you're using 7.8.0, I would recommend switch to 7.7.0. I already made a video on this, how to fix this issue. If you go to my YouTube, search for TestNG issues by Mukesh, you'll get 5 videos around. In one of the video, I discuss this. Saran says, if we could mess with multiple things like Java, JavaScript, Selenium, or Cypress. See, Saran, sometimes you have to go as per the market. Okay. You should always have one primary tool, one as a secondary tool. So if you ask me, I have done almost with all the tools, but if you ask me, my primary skill is Selenium with Java, then Cypress and Playwright. So if you already have one primary tool, stick to that. But as per your job demands, if the management is asking you to do on Cypress or Playwright, WebDriver, IO, Test Cafe, multiple tools, you can't deny, you have to do if it is already decided. But if you have a certain points that why to go with Playwright, why we can't go with Selenium with Java or Selenium with Python. So if you have a choice that you can change it, put a fair point why you are going with this and continue. But I would recommend, if you have done multiple scripts using Selenium with Java, start exploring at least one of the modern framework like Cypress. You will understand the architecture, how things have been easy. Okay, many things is already available in the Cypress. You don't have to build everything from the scratch. In Selenium, you build everything from the scratch. So it's an advantage, it's kind of disadvantage. Advantage, you will build everything from the scratch, you will understand how these components are together. Disadvantage, only thing is it takes time to build a framework. So don't mess up. See, eventually all the tools are doing the same thing. Let's say if you learn Java, even if you move to Python or JavaScript, it's not a drastic change. Loops will remain loops, conditional statement will remain the same, variables, array, string, oops concept, exception handling. These are the core concepts of any programming language. So irrespective whether you use Java, JavaScript, Python, C Sharp, these concepts will remain same. Obviously, the syntax will change, some minor differences, but it will not be a drastic change. So don't think that you have to reinvent the wheel. Once your logic is clear, you pick any language, they work in the same way. Same goes with tools as well. If you understand how to automate with one tool or library, you can switch to any other tool or library within a few weeks or month. When will be the market? When will the market will be up? Ram, market is good, quite decent. So if you're not getting call, it could be the skills are not matching, resume is not updated, or maybe you're not looking on the proper portal. So market is up. Only thing is you have to look actively on the right platform. One question from Bhagyashree. I changed my company at February 2023, but due to health issues, I had to leave at July. Now I started searching job. What reason should I give to for my break? I'm not sure if the health. Yes, Bhagyashree, 6 months to 1 year is not a big thing, and health issues is perfectly fine. They see there's no fake reason you're giving. It was a proper reason why you took a break, and it was needed. So it's not a big gap that you have in your career. Definitely, even if it's still 1 year, it's acceptable. Only thing is, don't lose the track. It has been almost 6 months. If you are up to date, if you know what things are running, if you are in touch with technology, it should not be an issue. As I mentioned, I have multiple openings with different companies. So in case if you're interested, I will share the JD with you. You can apply. See, many times people take leaves purposefully. Okay, so maybe after 8 year 10 years they take 10 days gap, 1 year gap, sometimes 6 months of break, right? So sometimes people do it purposefully just to rethink that how they should continue with their life, with their what is their roadmap, what is their long term plan and all, right? So it's not a big thing. I've seen many people they actually switched after 3 years. So 2 years is also fine, but again you have to justify. But 6 months is not a big thing. If you have any attended any interview and if you're not able to answer it, then maybe you have to plan your answer in a such a way that it should look genuine. Can you show how do we add the test cases in Selenium? Babur, see, when you say how to add test cases in Selenium, I'm assuming that you're already using a framework or design pattern with, let's say, singleton or page object model. So if you're using JUnit or TestNG, you have to create a test class, you have to have a test method, and for these test classes test method you should have a pages. So adding test cases, it's totally up to which unit test framework you're using. Eventually in both the cases you will use TestNG test classes or JUnit test classes. Now many people have different approaches. You can have one test class, one test method, one test class, multiple test method. Depends how complex your test is and how you are organizing. Parthiban, hi Mukesh. Currently, I'm working as manual testing with 7 years of experience. Can you please suggest how to switch to automation? See, Parthiban, if you have 7 years experience in manual, then if you don't know anything about the automation, I would recommend you spend at least 2 to 3 months. If you're going through a training, it takes 4 months. But let's say if you're doing self-study through YouTube, Udemy courses, or from your friends, take 2 to 3 months of time, learn automation, implement it, then you can showcase that you know automation. See, that 7 years will definitely add value. Only thing is you have to add the automation layer, how you have implemented automation, and how good you are not only in UI, you have to add API automation as well with 7 years. You can't stick to only UI automation now. So pick Selenium with Java. For API, pick Postman, then rest assured. And other things you have also have to mention. If you have not worked on SQL, then definitely you should learn SQL and mention the same in your resume. At least pick one of the cloud, either AWS or Azure, because with 7 years, if you're applying for a senior role, test lead, or automation architect, you can apply after 10 years. But still, if you're planning, these things are mandatory now. How to keep a profile with a technical plus lead level? Any specific certificate you would suggest? See, Nikita, personally, I don't have any experience with certification. Anybody can crack certification if you go through the dumps and some questions. Clearing certification is not a big thing. I've seen many people when I used to take interviews, they have certification, but when I used to ask the real time questions, they were not able to reply. So focus on the knowledge. If you have this liberty that you can redeem this amount, you can redeem this certificate prices. Go with at least AWS certificate, because for testing we don't have much certification except ISTQB. There's no official certificate by Selenium, so you cannot take. You can take, but again, separate organization will provide you. But there's no proper official certification by Selenium side. So pick at least one of the cloud certification. Start with the foundation one, then move to the next. Can you suggest some websites where we can get remote QA openings? Sir, I will make a video on this. Around 7 websites already I have listed. Soon I will make a video on this. But if you want a quick link, you can go to LinkedIn, go to job section, apply multiple filters, put type as remote, and again change the experience, and see there you will find multiple remote openings. Obviously, sometimes package is less, but when you go with remote, obviously you will save a lot of cost in terms of rent, travel, other things. So go to LinkedIn and check if you find any openings which matches with your profile. Shishma says, "Hi sir, currently I'm on notice period. I'm not getting calls right now. May I know when them?" See, Sushma, market is already up, not like how it was last to last year, but market is recovering. Almost 70% has recovered. This window less opening, okay, this December, because few companies have the closing in March, few companies have closing in December. So again, you will see less hiring in March, but you can get decent call till 25th of December. So if you're not getting call, maybe it could be you do not have resume updated properly, you do not have the required skill set, or if it is everything is fine, maybe your LinkedIn is not properly showcasing your skill set. So you have to see all the three parameters. Okay, another question. I'm in CMI level 3 company currently having 2 years experience. So what might be my upcoming goal? Should I join any MNC now or stick to my current organization? Please let me know. Okay, that's a very personal question. Okay, it's up to you if you are happy with your current role, if you are getting the desired, you know, up to the mark salary, if you are enjoying the work that you're doing, you can stay at least for 1 or 2 more years. But if you think that your growth is stagnant, you're not getting enough support in terms of learning, there's no growth as such. 2 years is a decent number in terms of experience. Even I did my first search when I was having 2 years experience. I worked with Dell for 2 years, then I switched to SAP Labs. But now coming back to your second question, MNC or startup. See, right now you're in the early phase of your career, right? You're not married, you do not have enough responsibilities. You can take a chance of startup. You will learn a lot of things, because in a startup, you will not be handling only one role. You might play multiple roles. They might give you multiple tasks from the different tech. It will definitely helpful for your career. But sometimes startup can be a big mess. You might have to spend 12 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours, and there's a high chance of You know, when they don't get enough funding, they generally cut down the number of employees. So if you can take that risk, so in terms of learning, it's good, but in terms of work-life balance and the job security is low. So you can target few companies, okay, not very early startups because they have the stability issues, but some startups are stable now. They have funding, they have enough cash flow. You can think of startup. But if you're getting an offer from MNCs and everything looks fine in terms of location, package, everything, go with MNC. Generally, I don't recommend startup for experienced guy because they have a lot of reliable responsibilities and liabilities. But for freshers, yes, you can take a risk. Shubham says, I have 2.8 year of experience in manual process automation. I'm planning to switch. So may I know where I can share my resume to you if you can help? Shubham, you just drop an email to me. Don't send me resume. Just say hi to me. I will share the openings with you. You can share resume directly to the respective person or HRs. Nikesh, sir, I'm having 2 years experience working in MNC as a test automation engineer. Now got selected in one good product-based company. Okay, software engineer and test. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much, Nikesh, for sharing this. Let me take a screenshot because this is kind of motivation for all of us. And those who are saying we don't have enough calls. So Nikesh is one of the example. So Nikesh, maybe if you can connect with me, and if you have anything to discuss before joining this company, let me know. We can quickly connect. But thank you once again for sharing this, and many congratulations. Weber says, "Sir, my friend said there's no future in testing. Choose development, please. Sir, get me." See, Weber, this is the same thing people used to say when I started my testing career. That there's no uh, future, no roadmap, not enough salary. That's not the case. If you have the proper skill, if you're choosing the right companies, if you have a proper short-term goal, long-term goal, that this should be my roadmap. Okay, you can do excellent in development, testing, DevOps. Only thing is, you should have a proper roadmap that within 2 years you want to reach to this, within 3 years you want to reach here, within 5 years you want to reach here. If you don't follow this, then I have seen many people, they have 10 plus experience, but they're still in the range of 15 lakhs to 20 lakhs. They are not able to see growth because they did not get much promotion, they did not fight for it, plus they were not targeting the right companies. So don't think about all of this. I've seen many people, they changed to development. Again, they failed very drastically because they were not having interest in development. Finally, they came back to testing. You'll find a lot of videos on YouTube. They change from development to testing, testing to development. Many people switching from testing to DevOps. So sometimes it's interest also. I would suggest stick to testing if you're already in the testing domain. But if you're starting from the scratch, you have an option. If you love coding, if you are good in development, go with the development. But if you're already doing testing, stick to that at least for a few years. Once you cover all the tool stack, then I would recommend DevOps instead of development. Nikesh, could you please tell me difference between nested software developer and test? So Nikesh, again, don't go with these multiple keywords which is floating around. You will see many openings: SDET, test automation engineer, senior test automation engineer. Just uh, when you target some banks, you will see AVP in test, VP in test, but eventually it's a manual plus automation. So instead of going through the title, go through the job description. When you go through the job description, you will understand what kind of role it is. When you target some service based companies, they will just write associate software engineer, but the task which you might be doing is maybe development, testing, or maybe customer support, DevOps engineer. So instead of going through the role, go through the job description to understand what kind of requirement they have. This question we already answered. Ashutosh, how much Jenkins we should know as a tester? Good question, Ashutosh. See, you don't have to learn Jenkins end to end, first of all, because Jenkins can be used by DevOps team, by testers, by developers as well, right? Now, if you're into DevOps, then definitely you should know end to end about Jenkins. But as an automation engineer, I would recommend have the basic understanding that in case if you're starting from the scratch, how to set up Jenkins on local AWS, how to configure basic jobs before jumping into jobs, see how to set up Java, Maven, if you're running Cypress, JavaScript, and other tools. Learn how to configure jobs, how to configure pipeline. What about the build triggers, build step, post build steps, how to publish the report, how to manage plugins, plus little bit of security, how to uh, restrict your Jenkins that no other person will be able to log in. You can understand how to assign roles, permissions to Jenkins. This is where you can stop. If you want to go one level up, understand how this master slave configuration works. This is more than enough for a QA. I have around 4 hours of end-to-end Jenkins tutorial on my YouTube. That is more than enough. But in case if you want to understand how to create complete CI/CD pipeline, then you have to explore a little bit how to create a build, how to deploy, how to add multiple parallel stages. But Jenkins is very easy CI server, so you can go with Jenkins. What I have seen nowadays, many people they don't have Jenkins since many companies are offering Jenkins as a service like CloudBees. They take care of everything. You just need to take the subscription. They will manage the Jenkins. You just make sure you are running a job let me reframe my sentence. Jenkins infrastructure they will handle. You just have to take care of the jobs pipeline, okay, and triggering part you have to take care. And in case if you want to explore any other CI server, now GitHub Actions is there. GitHub also provide the same services, but Jenkins is widely used. So go to my YouTube channel, look for Jenkins tutorial. Let me know if you face an issue. Buppy, where we can practice coding questions for QA. Okay, see, Buppy, we have a lot of websites. You will find a lot of YouTube channels. Coding questions. Now, not every company will give you hacker rank lead code. So instead of focusing on the question set, I will say focus on the complete process because not every company will ask you to give a hacker rank test, right? So if you understand the complete process, 90% companies follow the same. But yes, if you still want, you can go to hacker rank, try to solve 10 questions from the low complexity, 5 from medium, and 5 from the complex. For QA as such, we don't have any specific, separate site. Generally, what companies have seen in the past, they will give you an assignment. You have to automate this application with a proper framework, build, push everything on the GitHub, create a pipeline, and send them that repository so that they can see how you have written the code, what best practices you have used, which design pattern you have used. So they will check your coding pattern, style, best practices, and the rules that you have used for the framework. So focus on that instead of just coding questions. Nikesh, please tell me about Ruby on Rails bot demand. Very less, Nikesh. I'm interested to know from where did you get this question. If it is a project requirement, no other option. You have to learn and implement. But if you are starting from the scratch, I will not recommend at all. At least for QA. When the recession will end? Not sure, but expected is June 2024. So whatever news articles and the post I have seen. Is there any value for quality analyst? Yes, yes, why not? Only thing is target the right skill set. It's a very vague question, but I know many people have this question that do we add any value? Do we have any, uh, you know, good openings and all? But don't think all this. If you already have spent, let's say, 1 decade or 5 years, 8 years, you can continue. How to get past in ISTQ foundation level is so it's It is so difficult for me. No, it's not a difficult. Only thing, few questions are little tricky. If you read the question, if you take your time, go through enough dumps, you should be able to answer it. Couple of my friends, they have gone through 10, 20 dumps within 1 week and they have cleared. So go to ISTQB website, go through all the topics, go through last 5 dumps. You should be able to answer it. Sunil says, can you please tell me the use cases with Gen AI in automation? Sunil, I have a podcast with Artem around 3 weeks back where we discussed about generative AI uh, with test trigger. So there he has showcased how you can automate a test just by using a simple prompt. So that's a 1 hour of podcast, very knowledgeable podcast. If you can explore, you can give a try. You can create a free account, add a prompt, and it will automate your application within few seconds. Shubham, sir, many companies want APM framework. How it is required over Selenium? See, Shubham, APM is for mobile automation. Selenium is for web automation. They both serve two different purposes. If companies have web and mobile, definitely they have to look for Selenium and APM. So let's say if you're targeting Swiggy, okay, Swiggy, they have a web plus mobile. So in that case, you have to go with Selenium and APM. Good thing with Selenium is once you understand how Selenium works, understand the complete set of method classes. With APM, 80% will remain same. Only thing you have to understand in mobile automation, how to start a APM server, how to use advanced gestures, and let's say double tap, multi tap, swipe, log, unlog, install application, uninstall applications, how to find locators in the mobile devices. If you're using Android, you can go with uh, APM, and for iOS, XUI test. I'm going a little fast because there are a lot of questions and we have only few minutes left. So I'm going a little fast. How long it takes to become expert in Selenium with someone practice with YouTube videos? So can face it. See, Andrews, when it comes to become expert in anything, you must have seen a formula 10,000 rules, 10,000 hours that you have to spend to become expert in some field. But for Selenium, I don't think you need to spend 10,000 of hours. So if you have worked on uh, real time applications, even if you automate 20, 30 scripts, you will face a lot of challenges. That challenges will make you expert that how to face this particular scenario. We have this limitation how we can use one third party library which can fix this, right? If you're not getting enough applications or enough scenario in one application, take 3 5 or maybe max 5 applications, automate end to end, and take these 5 applications from different domain. Take one e-commerce, one CRM application, one travel site, and one generic application. So when you take application from different categories, you will cover almost every possible scenarios. So for expert, I would recommend, not recommend, I would say 6 months to 1 year. I'm assuming you're spending 2 to 3 hours every single day. But if you spend only 1 hour every day, it might take 1 year. Shati says, hi Mukesh, no questions today. It's an appreciation post. I was running my test case locally, but after your guidance in such live stream and your Jenkins ACD playlist, I could run my automation test suite daily. That's great, Shaish. Let me take screenshot. So good you are able to see how you can implement. See, this is how you will learn. When you get the real use case, you will implement. Say when you just go through the tutorials, you will not understand how to implement. But when you take up some real projects, when you get some requirement, and if you implement, this will remain forever for you. And once you understand how Jenkins works, if you're switching to different CI servers, more or less the scenarios will be same. Only the tool UI will change. So, Shash, thank you so much for sharing. Okay. Yes, the reason behind going with Playwright and JS. I could not get your reason. Not getting any calls, not sure which portal we need to update. They make 70% hiring is happening through LinkedIn now. So if you're not updated on LinkedIn, please update. If your profile is new, try to build some connection. If you already have connection, if you don't have any post, try to engage, try to have some knowledgeable post. uh, you should have some good connections in your LinkedIn profile. If you don't have any recommendation, try to get recommendation from the previous colleagues, because when some HR will try to contact you, definitely they will scan through your profile. If you have not added skills, if you have not added GitHub repository link, if you have not added any recommendations, it doesn't look good. So update your LinkedIn profile, go to YouTube and search how to build good attractive LinkedIn profile. You will find some inputs, try to implement that inputs. Nitish, hi Mukesh. As we advance in our career, which is better? So continue on the technical side, work on the delivery. Should we move to pre-sales? Yep, Nitish, I totally understand. It's a little confusing after, like, once you cross 1 decade. Should you continue with the advanced technical part or move to people manager, pre-sales? So now you have to set, analyze what you enjoy the most. If you are done with that, I don't want to work with the tech part, maybe you can, if you're good with peoples, if you're good with people management, you can become a good people manager. Otherwise you can target for tech architects. Pre-sales is also good if you have good understanding about the product and the services which your company offers. This is fine, because not only with automation, when you are crossing 10 years in development, 10 years in DevOps, you will find this uh, stagnant growth. So in case if you are fine, you want to change, it's your individual call. Personally, if you ask me, I will be always on the tech side, because I love teaching, I love the technical part. I'm not good with the people management. So understand your skill set, because that role you will definitely play at least for the next few years. So analyze, if your friends have already in these pre-sales or in the manager role, discuss with them and then take a call accordingly. Sharon says, please suggest some courses which would help us to get a position as principal as did. Apart from Selenium, Java, JMeter, API testing, REST API, etc. See, Sharon, first of all, you have a very good skill set. I'm assuming this is correct. Don't just say that you know the skill because you have just gone through some couple of basic YouTube tutorials or some Udemy courses. If you're really implemented, so it's very good. Only thing is now you have to add at least one of the cloud. If you have all this skill set, cloud is missing, database is missing. And one thing which I always recommend, to understand how is the market, what kind of a skill set they're expecting, go to any portal, Naukri, LinkedIn, Indeed, put number of experience, let's say 8 years, 10 years, location, your skill set, and look for the job profiles. Scan the job profiles from different categories and see what kind of skill set they're asking. If that is available, good, apply. If not, learn, implement, and then apply. Instead of me telling you all of this, if you can scan through your eyes, you will always have more clarity. I might give you inputs in 1 minute, but when you go through these job profiles, note down the skill set which is missing and work on it. Hey sir, when will you start next Selenium session? Chitra, next batch will start in Feb and in March. So two batches will start. No batch in December, no batch in January. Two batches are already running in parallel. So October batch will end in February, and November batch will get over in March. So I will keep you guys posted. In case if you want to continue the previous batches, uh, I have covered almost 12 classes in my November batch. If you can cover up, you can join the current batch. Otherwise, you have to wait for February or March batch. Hi, Gulam Mustafa. I have knowledge on manual testing, functional testing, STLC, Jira, coming to automation, WebDriver testing. You have knowledge. It's okay, and more learning. See, the three, as I mentioned, with 2 years, this is okay. But add framework, little bit of framework, build tool, knowledge of CI/CD, and this is fine for 2 years. This is okay. Sunil Yadav, generative AI and automation. This we already discussed, Sunil. Maybe if you have missed that question, you have to revisit this video. Can you please start the APM course? Not planned as such, Karepa, but yeah, we'll plan. The reason behind going towards Playwright with JavaScript is client specifically asking for JavaScript programming language. As we have front-end developers with JavaScript, application is React based. See, Mani, here comes the knowledge part. You have to sometimes explain that your application, your automation has nothing to do with the front end. Your front end can be in C Sharp, your front end can be in Python, your front end can be in Java. Anyways, you are not using the same framework. You have to pick your automation framework which you are comfortable. And this is a very generic expectation they have, that we have a framework or front end in Java, you can continue with Java. I have a application in C Sharp, please continue your automation with C Sharp. But they are totally independent. If you can explain them and justify, you have a choice. But if you're not able to explain, then you have to go with the Playwright. See, sometimes client doesn't know, business doesn't know, right? The real part. You know the technical part, that it is totally independent. It's your choice. It's always not your choice, because if you are working in a team, you also have to see the team skill set. Let's say a team is comfortable with Selenium with Java, and suddenly now everybody is saying implement and Playwright with JavaScript. It takes time to build the skill set, right? Let's say you spend 6 years on Selenium with Java, and suddenly says now build a framework with Playwright. It will not happen overnight. You might spend 1 month, 2 months to get used to the framework, the syntaxes, the methods, everything, right? But if you start with Selenium Java, you can start within a week. So try to explain. uh, if you don't have that option, it could be opportunity for you to learn Playwright. I do have knowledge on Selenium Java. There's an existing robot framework with Python, but it has not added value to the customer due to various reasons. Okay, this question I want to explore more, why it has not added value. It's not always robot framework money. Sometimes the script was not stable because the application was not consistent or stable. Even if application was stable, maybe the automation scripts was not written properly. It's has nothing to do with robot framework. Maybe the approach was incorrect, maybe the script was not stable. Even if you go with Playwright, you might come across many challenges. So script stability, you guys have to take care. It's not easy job to make sure your script runs um, always in I will say consistent manner. Definitely script fails, but once you understand the pattern, fix that so that once it is stable, if it fails, it will fail only because of the application issue. We used to have this done criteria, that until the script is not gone through the review process, until we don't have 10 successful iterations on Jenkins, we will not call this as a done. So if you have the done criteria, you will not face these challenges. From team or progress, again, I cannot pick that same framework and impress the client. Okay, please suggest an automation tool to automate the desktop application rather than API. We need to cut down the license cost as well. So there are not many tools are available for desktop. Even if you go with Catalan, it's paid. Catalan supports desktop, test trigger supports desktop applications. But when it comes to desktop automation, multiple tools. Get the pro trial version. do a POC, and then you decide. But every automation tools which is from the desktop side is paid almost. If you want to explore, you can try with Sequely, but we don't have much updates from Sequely from last couple of years. You can try one RPA tool which is free. I forgot the name. Tag UI. Tag UI is free RPA tool which you can use for Excel, desktop automation, web automation, mobile automation. Okay, how much can I expect having 2 years of experience as an automation engineer? So in terms of salary, Nikesh, again, it's very subjective. Okay, many times if you are from good college, okay, there's some universities, colleges, for freshers, they have a starting package 18 lakhs, 20 lakhs. I've seen many candidates, they have 10 plus experience, they have the same package. So this package is very subjective, not a fixed uh, range. But let's say if you're graduated from tier 2 college, you got some decent company, freshers get 4 to 6 lakh. With 2 years, you can get 7 to 8. Again, I'm talking about Bangalore. In Delhi, it's less, right? Hyderabad, little bit less. Chandigarh, again, it's more less. So it's very subjective. So good thing is you check with your colleagues, check with your friends. If you are in the middle, it's fine. If you're in the below average, try to compensate. Either get ask for the promotion, ask for a raise, or maybe you have to switch. Sometimes you don't get raise because if you don't ask, answer is always no. One of my friend, she told me that they always check which employee is very hungry for promotion, hungry for the next role. So that person they generally evaluate because this person have that grudge that yes, this person have to go to this level and this person need promotion. Many people don't they don't ask for promotions, they don't ask for hike, so they will always get the decent hike and the decent promotions. So general promotion cycle 3 years, 2 years, right? But if you're very good with your work and you think if you deserve promotion, after a year also it can be done. Many companies they revise the salary after 6 months and do the promotion in 6 months as well. If you are exceptional, if you are a linchpin, you can get a promotion in 6 months. But again, with 2 years, I will not say run behind the salary. Try to learn as much as possible. Salary thing is not that should not be the primary concern for you at this stage. Thank you, Sharon. I'm Akesh. I have 11 years experience working with robot framework and soon our project is going to start with Playwright. Should I look for Selenium Java as I want to change my job? Okay, so Shweta, if you have robot framework, 11 years with robot framework is good. Our project is going to start Playwright. So again, if it is starting with Python, since you have good experience robot framework with Python, for you it will be easy. Playwright, as I mentioned, it supports multiple programming languages. So if you're picking one programming language which you're comfortable with, go ahead with Playwright. But if you have a choice, then do a POC, take 5 end-to-end scripts or 3 end-to-end script, try to automate with Selenium, with Java or Python. Try to automate Playwright with Python and Playwright with Java. See which one is ask your team as well. If you are an individual contributor, it's an individual call. But if you have a team, ask them to automate, then do the comparison, pros and cons. If Playwright with Java works for you, go ahead. But if Selenium with Java works for you, go with Selenium. Playwright have many good features. Only thing is lack of community support. Selenium is 19-year-old, lot of articles. You enter any question, you will get the solutions. But Playwright, in terms of user base, is less. So when you get some issues, you might have to spend some extra time. So it's almost 50 minutes. I will take few more questions from the chat. Remaining questions which I could not take, I will take it in the next class, in the next live session. I will try to make it short and crisp. Heyman says, I have worked on automation in my previous organization. Switched to another. I worked on manual testing. Now I wanted to work on automation. How can I deal with it? Okay, let me read it again. I have worked on automation, previous automation. Then you move to another company. Now I worked on manual testing. See, Hemant, now you have to be very vocal with your manager. If it is a short-term project, short-term requirement that currently you're doing manual testing, it's okay. But you should have a clear communication with your manager that I have 8 years experience, mostly into automation. Now I'm doing manual, it's fine. But what is the next phase? What is the next set of requirement, next project which is coming? If it is always on manual, then you have to clearly mention that this is my roadmap. I want to be in automation. So you can mix. It's not 100% automation always, 70-30, 50-50. But be clear with your manager that you want to work on both. Otherwise, after 1 year, if you continue with the manual testing or do not use any automation tool, after 1 year, you will be on the same page. Again, you have to restart from the zero. Because with automation, I have seen if you don't practice for 6 months, 3 months, you will forget the syntax, methods, and again, you have to spend some extra time. So have a clear communication with the manager in case if they promise that yes, we will give you enough projects, wait for some time. But you have to follow up. If they're not showing up after 1 month, have a follow up meeting with them, maybe once in a month or once in 3 months. In case, in worst case, if you're not getting any project in automation, keep doing the practice, keep doing parallel projects. You can help your team members, your colleagues. If you do not have enough friend circle, maybe ask, take the some start helping the community, maybe on LinkedIn or Facebook groups. I have a Facebook group with 43,000 members. You can be very active in that group. So at least you will be in touch with automation. So that is one way to survive. But if you think that yes, now they're not listening to you, you don't have automation projects, then maybe you can plan for a switch. But again, if you're happy with your current role, you're enjoying what you're doing, you're getting a decent package, work life balance is good. And if you're in touch with automation, you can continue, but have a clear communication. Because hello sir, I have 3.5 years experience looking for automation QA position. Please let me know. Because you joined the session late, I mentioned we have not I have a couple of my friends have shared the openings with me. So I will drop an email to the chat window after the session. You can send an email and I will share the openings. This is what max I can do at this moment. Dattashri, how to get a job with good product-based companies. See, Dattatri, see, there's no separate process, first of all, for a product-based company. Again, in product-based companies, you have multiple categories. There are few companies who only targets good tier 1 colleges and tier 2 colleges, or they will target some experienced candidate from a good set of companies. So let's say Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, which is Meta now, right? All these companies, they don't take from tier 2 or tier 3 colleges generally. And even if they take experienced candidate, they will check your experience, what was the last company. So try to target some mid-level product-based companies where the college and the degree in your previous company is not a big concern. They will focus on your skill set. So you can try many companies, Uber, PayPal, Flipkart, this kind of product-based company. They're good. Walmart, Cisco, Goldman Sachs. So these companies, they don't have many restriction in terms of eligibility criteria, but yes, their interviews are a little tough. So prepare almost 3 to 6 months. They mostly focus on your framework, your algorithms, your logics instead of just focusing on the basic problems. So you should have a proper plan for 3 to 6 months if you have some list of companies in the mind. Sorry. Manish says, sir, since we are aware that AI is getting improved day by day, do you think we should continue as tester? If yes, we need to explore the AI in testing approach to test the feature. See, Manish, frankly speaking, I'm very happy after AI because it made the task easier. Because if you know how to use AI, you can actually reduce the effort by 50%. So don't think that it's a competition. It is making you uh, less skill set. AI is helping you. So use the AI tools. I'm using ChatGPT Bard multiple times throughout my day. But yes, there's many tools which already have AI integrated. Many tools which is expected in Feb 2024. I have some collaborations going on with few companies, and if everything goes fine, we will have new set of tools next year focused on AI with test automation. Again, it's a obviously licensed one, uh, but it can reduce the effort almost by 70 to 80%. But companies always have option. They want to go with AI based tools and invest the money, or they want automation with real human effort with proper use cases. So don't think that AI is going to create a lot of issues. You can see the market trend, it's not affected much. It has been almost 1 year after ChatGPT, not impacted much. Okay, so last 3 minutes, then we can end. Bhagashri says, if what is the market standard package as per experience X? Is there any formula or something to calculate? Bhagashri, no. I have seen many people write experience into 3. So if you have 10 years, it should be 30. But all exceptions are always there. I have my some students who have 10 years, they have 65 lakhs package. Few students, they're still around 20 to 25. So there's no fixed formula for this. Again, totally depends on the last withdrawn salary and the next company which you're targeting. Okay, so guys, I might have to leave now. I have a new session around 8. I will quickly take 3 more questions, and remaining questions which I could not take because I can see around 15-20 questions. I will definitely take in the last live of last week of December. Let me take from the reverse. Aman, DevOps or automation? Aman, I should know your background. Okay, blindly, I cannot say development, DevOps, or automation. Are you fresher? Are you experienced guy? So once you give some detail about you, then I can give you what will be the right role for you. Sir, and thank you so much, Mukesh, for sharing valuable insight. Look forward to watching your videos whenever I encounter challenge in my framework, unique teaching. Thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you so much. And good to see many people are watching live. So I will try to come live very soon. I got a chance to work with robot framework automation. It's good as per the market. See, I will not say market is very high, very low for robot framework. It's kind of a mature player in the market, stagnant growth. So if you're getting a chance, obviously you should go for it. It will be added skill. Robotics framework is one of the easiest framework I have seen to work. Just focus on the keyword clouds, which library you have to use, understand how to build your own keywords, how to use page object model with robot framework. So if you spend deep work of 20 hours or 15 hours robot framework, you can easily complete. I'm having gap of 1.3 years. I have knowledge on Selenium, AP testing, Postman, SQL. I'm worried that I'm not getting proper call. Manisha, you should get a call. If you're not getting a call, as I mentioned, check your LinkedIn profile, check your resume, check the cover letter that you're using, or maybe you have not applied, uh, you know, properly as of now. If you're in Bangalore, I can suggest you some companies where you can do and attend the walk-ins. But market seems little good. Okay, I will end this session with this good question. Basavra says, which is the best in future? Salary plus growth plus stress less. See, Basavraj, if you are someone who see, many people, they don't want to compromise with their work-life balance. So for them, salary is not a big concern. For them, mental health is more important. But someone who is very hungry for uh, promotions, they want early success. Okay, they are okay to spend 15, 20 hours, 15, 16 hours. For them, it's a individual call most of the time. But again, it depends. If you are in the early stage, okay, I would recommend spend 12 hours. But the moment you come to 28, 30, 35, you will realize that work is not that important. Your mental and physical health is more important. So be aggressive at the initial stages, but once you think that you have decent income, work life balance is good, you're able to spend time with your families, and you're able to enjoy the small quick moments with your friends as well. uh, I would go with the second option. But only thing is, don't be in below average salary, because that will affect you. Let's say market standard is 25 or 30, but you are in the range of 20. In that case, you have to be little aggressive, not in terms of working hours, but in terms of your skill set, discussion with the manager, or with a switch. But if you're above average, but you're spending more time on the work, then maybe you have to slow down, check for the things as well, which is more important. Okay, so that's all from my side, guys. Thank you so much once again, and sorry in case if I miss your question, I will definitely take. So keep supporting, and thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.